What if our shadows are just people in another world?
If you really read into this and look close, like he's saying, Mickey and his Walter ego.
Welcome back to Paranormal Highway. So glad you're joining me on tonight's ride. Today, we're checking out some crazy TikTok theories. But before we jump into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you already haven't to join the Highway Patrol. And turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video. Alright, let's get started.
Okay, hold on a second. Did you guys hear the new theory that I can't believe I missed, that I've never heard of this before? But it completely makes sense, and it is a little bit mind-blowing, and I'm sure there's going to be more that we can uncover. So, did you know there's two brothers who make all these movies? Christopher Nolan and his brother, and then they have an older brother as well. So Christopher Nolan and his younger brother, they both are directors, producers. They make movies. They made Dark Knight, Interstellar, etc. Well, they also made Oppenheimer. Well, you may be thinking, what's their oldest brother do? Like, is he in the movie industry as well? No, he was accused by the Costa Rican authorities of being involved in a 2005 contract unaliving and allegedly used the alias Matthew McCall Oppenheimer, which came out in federal court documents that yes, he had multiple fake identities and aliases, including Matthew McCall Oppenheimer. So what's the theory? That movies will be made with certain titles that make your Google searches go to that movie instead of, like if you type in Oppenheimer right now, you find out about this cool movie that was made, not the Oppenheimer contract. So then get this, you have the movie Frozen, Disney Frozen. If you know that elite knowledge about what about Disney and being frozen, you'll have to, well, I'd say Google it, but that won't come up anymore, will it? Someone in the comments will comment it. Then we have the theory that they named the horse in Elden Ring Torrent so that when people Googled Elden Ring Torrent, it would cover up piracy results. The Captain America Winter Soldier movie. Now when you Google Winter Soldier movie, you get that instead of the documentary about US atrocities in Vietnam. Taylor Swift, did she go to a Jets game to cover up the trending negative press about her private jet use? So is this a thing that's going on?
Okay, so the name Matthew McCall Oppenheimer sounded so fake, there was no way I was going to take TikTok's word for it. So I searched it up, and you have to add more to it than just Oppenheimer to get the result about his brother. I mean, is it bad? Yes. But W Brothers for making a whole film just to cover up their brother's past. Like, that's real love right there. As for the Frozen part, that is a rabbit hole that to me, it makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. But still, like, that takes talent to make a movie so good that millions of people search it up and it covers up whatever you're trying to hide or make people forget about. Now, of course, these are just theories, but I wouldn't be surprised if everything in the entertainment industry is a cover-up for something and they just want to distract us. What do you guys think?
What if I told you that one of the biggest conspiracy theories in history turned out to be completely real? This was Project MK Ultra. In 1953, at the height of the Cold War, the CIA became convinced that America's enemies were developing ways to control the human mind. They feared that people could be brainwashed or have their memories erased or even turned into unwilling agents. So instead of asking whether it was possible, they decided to try it themselves, and the program was called MK Ultra. It was led by a chemist named Sidney Gottlieb, I think is how you say it. He spent years searching for ways to manipulate human consciousness using chemicals, psychological conditioning, and extreme experimentation. People were given massive doses of LSD without their knowledge. Some were locked in sensory deprivation chambers for days, and others were subjected to repeated electroshock treatments and experimental procedures without ever giving consent. Many of the victims weren't even volunteers, they were prisoners, psychiatric patients, or hospital patients. They had no idea that they were part of a government experiment. One of the strangest parts of MK Ultra was something called Operation Midnight Climax. The CIA secretly operated apartments where unsuspecting visitors were unknowingly dosed with LSD while agents watched from behind one-way mirrors to study their reactions. Then there was the Allen Memorial Institute in Canada. Their psychiatrist Dr. Ellen Cameron attempted something he called psychic driving. Patients were placed into medically induced comas, repeatedly exposed to recorded messages for hours at a time, and given combinations of drugs and electroshock in an attempt to completely erase and rebuild their personalities. Many never fully recovered. One of the most mysterious cases involved a scientist named Frank Olson. After being secretly given LSD during a meeting, Olson repeatedly began questioning the program. Days later, he quote-unquote fell from a hotel window to his death. For years, officials said that he did it himself, but decades later, evidence emerged suggesting there may have been much more to the story. And just as investigators began looking into MK Ultra, something very convenient happened. In the early 1970s, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered nearly all the program's records destroyed. Thousands of files disappeared forever, and if not for one mistake, we might have never known that any of this ever happened. That mistake being that roughly 20,000 documents survived because they had accidentally been filed with financial records instead of operational files. Those forgotten papers exposed one of the largest secret government programs in American history. Investigations followed, Congress held hearings, and the public finally learned the truth. But here's the craziest part. Despite everything that was uncovered, almost nobody involved was ever criminally prosecuted. MKUltra officially ended, but decades later it remains one of the few conspiracy theories that wasn't just a theory. It was real.
Unfortunately, this one is real. This messed with my head so bad. Like, they were basically treating people like lab rats, and there's proof of this happening because of a simple filing error. Imagine if someone didn't make that mistake. We would have never known about any of this. And if anyone spoke out about it, we probably would have thought they were crazy. And of course, someone just happens to leave this earth after questioning the program. That wasn't an accident. I don't care what anyone says. But what really ticks me off is that no one was held accountable to what they did to these people. I mean, they experimented on people with very dangerous methods and didn't have permission for any of it, and no one got in trouble for it. Like, this made me so angry, like I don't even know what to say.
Now, I know I'm not tripping. What that look like? Or something else. Y'all notice on Roku, they doing a little demonstration for the soccer stuff. I got something to show y'all. Hold on. Not really, but then look. You know you have to pay attention. Is that who's going to be the last contenders? Hold on. Okay, I also want to point out, look at this. Y'all see, why is all the dragons? What volcano recently erupted? Think about it. Pay attention. Pay attention. And what's this symbol of everything being unplugged? You see what I'm saying? It already said go on to the game. I'm going to show y'all. Hold 1 second. Here's the dome, right? Y'all see a little Harry Potter thing, but why we got a ninja hanging off right here? Y'all explain this. Then here's one in the bushes. Y'all showing the soccer thing. It don't look like Mercedes-Benz. Of course, y'all know I'm gonna do that. But look right here. Explain it to me. Usually, like what's going on? The Leviathan. I keep trying to tell y'all. Okay,
So I guess I don't pay attention to anything because I thought these were just movie and TV show references, like the ninjas were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the dragons were from How to Train Your Dragon or something. There was also a giant monkey on one of the buildings, at least on my TV there was, so I thought it was King Kong. Am I missing something, or is this clip just reaching?
Outside Geneva, Switzerland, is a gigantic physics experiment often called the Big Bang Machine, though its proper name is the Large Hadron Collider. The multi-billion-dollar project was turned on a year ago September. 9 days later, it was heavily damaged after some problems. Now, after 14 months of repairs, it is back up and running, and it could answer some of the biggest mysteries in science. Physicist Dr. Michio Kaku is host of the Science Channel's upcoming series, Sci-Fi Science, Physics of the Impossible.
The tube itself is about 8 inches across, 17 miles in circumference.
Right.
I went right up there and touched the tube. Now, of course, it's radioactive.
Right. Now, here's the problem. This thing fell apart a year and a half ago. 17 months or so ago. And some people said something was sent from the future to sabotage the machine because people in the future realized if this thing actually really works, it could recreate the Big Bang and we'd all get sucked into this black hole.
Well, there are a lot of wacky theories out there, harebrained theories. Everyone's jumping and putting their own spin on it.
Right, so to speak.
We're not going to be blown up from messengers from the future. Just realize that Mother Nature thinks of this as a pea shooter compared to cosmic rays that hit us every single day. Right. Mother Nature has atom smashers out there more powerful than this pea shooter.
All right, very good. Dr. Kalkuk, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Okay, this one is actually crazy. You're telling me CERN scientists traveled back in time to 2008 because they knew we were going to get sucked into a black hole? I'm not going to lie, that sounds like something straight out of a movie. And the fact that they're using a video from 2009 as proof that something happened in the past makes this even crazier. But at the same time, this is where I start getting a little suspicious because just because something happened around the same time CERN was doing experiments doesn't automatically mean there's a connection. Like, if CERN actually had the ability to send people back in time, I feel like that would be one of the biggest discoveries in human history. Like, the black hole part is what really gets me though, People have been saying for years that CERN could create a black hole and destroy the Earth, and obviously we're still here. So I don't know about this one. The story is definitely interesting, but I feel like there's probably a lot of context missing from this clip. Still though, if this theory somehow turns out to be true, that would be insane.
Larry, you're in the shot, Larry. Can you please no, don't put your coffee down. Would they buy that it's space coffee? Can you use a space coaster or something? You guys, this is amazing. They have found life on Mars. I am not even kidding. Legit life on Mars. Look. A fly. A fly on Mars. Can we send more there? So this astronaut's wire completely malfunctions, and they quickly cut away before anything bad happens. I'll show it again. Whoopsies. So if these are fake, and again, this is just for entertainment purposes only, someone missed a reflection in the edit.
So my question is, how can you operate a lid on the outside of the space station by manipulating something mechanical on the inside of the space station without losing air pressure?
It's called real good engineering.
So a tortilla, a massive tortilla. Let me know when he figures it out. So this one is uniquely interesting. The man upside down looks to be a little stuck, and if you notice, can't point as far as that, but look at his shirt. And it happens right when this guy presses a button on the wall. And then when the other guy goes by, he seems to release something behind him. Guys, that is so awesome about the space shuttle launch. It's great, but has anyone seen my pet rat anywhere? His name's Hugh Jackman. No? Now they're using something that's attached to a cord, and it gets stuck on something behind her. I mean, if it was a line, it'd be hard to maneuver it, but what is it getting stuck on?
So NASA has some explaining to do. I'm not saying they're lying about what they're actually doing or hiding anything from us, but if you ask me, some of this is starting to look a little staged. You know, because coffee in a mug without a lid should float, and a fly should not be able to survive in space since there's no oxygen. I don't know, seems a little fishy to me. But remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, guys. I remember learning cursive for a week in 3rd grade, and that was it. No more cursive after that. It's almost like they don't want us to be able to read some important documents that were all written in cursive, so then they'll be able to change the rules on us, and we won't be able to say or do anything because we don't know what any of it says. I think I'm gonna start taking calligraphy classes.
Schizophrenic is actually seeing the truth. What if when we die, the light at the end of the tunnel is the light to another hospital room? There you are born, and the only reason you come out crying is because you remember everything from your past life, and you're crying at the fact that you died and lost everything. As you grow up, you start to forget your past life and focus on your new life, but patches of memory stay behind, and that memory causes deja vu. The files were released to hide something worse. AI was introduced to us because we are becoming more awake and questioning things, and AI confuses us so we don't know what's real or fake. Schools stopped teaching cursive handwriting so future generations won't be able to read the Constitution, like in its original form. If humans didn't have ears, we wouldn't know what sound is. If we didn't have noses, we wouldn't know that smell existed, etc. So what don't we have that makes us not know something exists? Sandra Bland was not alive in her mugshot. If you don't know about this, Google it. That posts like these are actually just the government trying to find out how much we know. Oops. Bruno Mars is not from Mars. NASA never stopped exploring the ocean. They just stopped sharing what's in it. I believe this.
I think I just discovered some new rabbit holes to go down. All of those theories sound insane, which make them cool. What's the craziest theory you've heard of or believe in? Share them in the comments.
If you really read into this and look close, like he's saying, Mickey and his alter ego, right? He is drawing the mouse. He is the mouse.
I don't believe that.
Look, he's got Mickey in the water, and trapped in the water. He's even got Mickey and trapped in the water. This is giving psychopath. This is giving psychopath. And he's owned Here's the shield, the fucking eagle.
I don't know who that lady is. I don't know what she's talking about. She seems like she had a long day. Clearly she's joking around. Maybe Walt Disney is Mickey Mouse. I don't know about that. I'm not thinking about that. I was only thinking about Mickey Mouse when I was younger. Something's going on here, guys. She was putting things together that did not exist. People have been saying a lot of things about Walt Disney for a while now, guys. For a long time. That lady, other people. But like I said, guys, that's all allegedly stuff. That doesn't mean that it's real. There's been a lot of theories about this, which is not true. Let's not forget that, guys, because people's always coming up with theories. That's just somebody's opinion, all right? Walt Disney allegedly was a good person. Opened up Disney World, did a whole bunch of movies, Disney Channel, stuff like that, guys. Something's going on with Walt Disney. Clearly that lady pointed something out. That's not true, right? But of course, guys, entertainment purposes only. Don't believe nothing that lady says. That's just a lady on the internet. Let me know what you think about this, bro, because she was putting things together that didn't make no sense, for real. I'm out.
Okay, so I've heard some things about Walt Disney that weren't so nice, but my theory that I just came up with is that Mickey is either who he wanted to be, you know, happy and cheerful and everyone loves him, or Mickey is actually who he was, but he just couldn't show it for some reason, or like he didn't know how to express himself, so he created Mickey. Please let me know if I'm making sense with this. I know it just looks like a weird billboard, but I honestly feel like they play in our faces. Like they will have everything right in front of us, under our noses, like make it so obvious, and not all of us will realize it, but they just put it out there for the whole world to see, hiding in plain sight. Like they don't care if we know or not. They don't care. They'll do whatever they want, and it's like, well, what are you gonna do about it? And they're right, because what can we do about it?
What if our shadows are just people in another world? What if it only looks two-dimensional from our world, but somewhere else it's just as three-dimensional as you are? Imagine a reality where your shadow is the one that's alive, and you're the shadow. In their world, they're walking through life just like we are now, completely unaware that another reality exists beside theirs. And every now and then, a strange dark figure suddenly appears beside them, perfectly mimicking every movement they make. It never speaks. It never leaves. It knows what they're about to do before they do it. Then, without warning, it disappears. To them, you're the unexplained phenomenon. Maybe they've spent thousands of years trying to understand what you are, creating stories, myths, and theories about the mysterious figure that follows them for a few hours each day before vanishing again. Meanwhile, we've been doing the exact opposite. We've looked at our own shadows our entire lives, and never once considered that maybe we're the strange ones. Maybe, from another reality's perspective, you're someone's shadow.
My mind immediately went to a million places after hearing this. It makes you really think about the vastness of what we don't know, like the sheer potential for realities beyond our understanding. Like, think about it. If we're a shadow, who's the original, us or them? Like, what kind of existence do they have? And how does our own experience, our joys, our struggles, our very consciousness fit into that grander picture? Like, while this is just a theory, it could inspire us to live more fully, to appreciate the unique light we bring into our own dimension, whatever that may be. It can remind us that even if we are a reflection, our existence still has meaning and impact. It's a beautiful thought, you know, how our choices and our emotions and our very presence might ripple outwards in ways we can't even begin to understand. This just sparked a feeling of awe and an appreciation for the unknown. I guess it's like a reminder that the universe is so much bigger and more intricate than we can often understand, and that's truly exciting. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. We've reached the end of the road for today. Which one of those theories was the craziest to you? Let me know below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep the high beams on. I'm your host, and I'll see you back on the paranormal highway very soon.